You're not alone. Keep your head up, keep your head up. We're halfway home.
It's time for Your Voices of Hope, a video podcast program that offers straight talk on some of the major issues facing us today: addiction, domestic violence, homelessness, human trafficking, and suicide. But more than that, it's our desire to inspire hope. Now, your host, Michelle Byer.
Welcome to Your Voices of Hope. I am your host, Michelle Byer. Today I have Stephanie Sweany on, and she is from Canton Kindness Coalition. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Just fantastic.
So, Stephanie, what is Canton Kindness Coalition?
Sure. So we are a group of individuals in Stark County who are dedicated to spreading kindness in whatever way that we possibly can through our community. We were founded in November of 2018, and we have been going strong ever since. One thing that we find to be very important is that we want our members to be the voices of the organization. So all of our events that we'll talk about later, they all come from the ideas and from the passion of our individual members. So each one of these activities actually came from a member of the Canton Kindness Coalition.
So when you say founded, were you the founder? Are you the founder?
Yes, I am the founder.
So what made you come up with this?
Sure. So I had this idea for years, and I was really active with another organization, and I was very dedicated, giving a lot of time to it. And it was in October of 2018 where I just felt this pull again to start to try to do something like this. I have found in talking to people in the community that sometimes people felt like, oh, I don't belong here because I'm not this age. I'm not this gender. I can't afford the memberships. I wanted to create a space for people to do good things in the community that was open to everybody. So I had a powwow with a good friend, told them about this idea, and then organized a meeting that we had at the Stark Library here downtown. And we had about 10 people at the meeting. I kind of strategically invited people, and we were like, hey, we can do this. Let's make this happen. And we've been going strong ever since.
So what types of things have you done? What is it that you do? What kind of acts of kindness?
Sure. So we've done a little bit of everything. We'll do anything from, like, this past weekend, we encouraged our members, because we can't all be together right now, we encouraged our members to just chalk the walk in their local, in their neighborhoods, just write positive messages, just kind of get people's spirits up. So we had a group of people doing that.
What is chalk the walk? What is that exactly?
Sure. So chalk the walk is just grabbing a box of sidewalk chalk and going outside and just writing positive messages around
at people's houses or their own house?
I live in an apartment, so I don't have a, sidewalk in front of my house like I can write on. So I went around my neighborhood. I live in Vassar Park, so I went around Vassar Park and Ridgewood neighborhood, and on the corners, like on the crossways, I would write messages. So it can be, anything like that. A couple weeks ago, I went out with a friend, and we did this all around downtown Canton. It's a lot of fun, and whatever you can spread some positivity right now, we encourage people to do so. So we'll do things like that. We will hold different community drives as well. Last year, one of my favorite things that we did was a birthday box drive, and that's basically where you provide a birthday in a box. So cake mix, icing. We used applesauce, in the place of eggs. party hats, plates, napkins, and we made over 90 of those with all the donations we got from our members. And then those were donated to Tikva Hands of Hope.
They were donated to who?
The Tikva Hands of Hope.
What is that?
Sure. So it is an after-school program that's right here in downtown Canton, and they serve low-income children through Canton City schools.
Okay. Wow. I bet those kids were thrilled.
Yes, definitely. It was a fun project for us to all take on. We have plans to do this in the future as well, try to make it an annual event.
Nice. So what other things can other people do? Is this something that anyone can do? Give us some ideas of other things that
Sure.
you do.
So we have a very active Facebook page. That is probably the best place to find out what we have going on. Because we can't be together in person like we usually are, we have created events that we can practice social distancing, but still be able to give back to the community. One event that I'm excited about, just because I know how it was like for me when I was a senior. You know, our graduating seniors in high school and in college, they aren't able to have a traditional graduation. Many won't have graduation parties. So we could do it anytime you like to, but for our Facebook event purposes, we have from May 18th through May 30th, we are encouraging our members and our followers to, just make a sign to put in front of your house that says, congratulations, graduating bulldogs, polar bears, leopards, whatever your school is, put one in your yard, put a sign in front of your house. You could decorate your yard. A member reached out to me on Sunday after I posted this and said there's actually a Facebook page that I think it's just called Graduating Seniors 2020, where you can actually adopt a senior and, help them with supplies for college and that kind of thing. Right.
Oh, wow.
Now, we're encouraging our members to participate in that as well.
So they could participate in just things that you didn't even create.
Exactly.
You're encouraging.
Exactly.
Okay.
Another thing that we have going on right now is one of our members, Jen. She saw this really cool Facebook post. It's probably about 2 weeks ago, and it's called Survival Kits for Healthcare Workers.
Survival.
And they're just these little fun bags full of lots of different candies and that kind of thing. But everything has like a special message to it, like, a lifesaver because you're out here, putting your life on the line and saving lives.
Okay.
But there's a whole little like sheet that you can print off. It's all typed out and on our Facebook page if anybody is interested in checking it out. So we're just trying to encourage people to do, little things like that. A lot of people are in isolation. If you're someone like me who, is still, at work and, working, 40 plus hours a week, maybe something like making the signs for graduate is more up your alley. So we're trying to provide a lot of different opportunities because we know that everybody has their niche.
Right. How are you providing money for some of the things that you do? Now, I did see that you have a website.
Yes.
Well, websites cost money. Some of these little trinket things that you do, they cost money. So how are you getting money for the things that you do? Do you do fundraisers?
So in the past, we did do fundraisers. Our website was kindly donated monetary and time-wise by one of our members. We did Christmas in July through Arcadia Grill, and that was really successful because, you know, it does cost money to operate our events, but we're definitely not going to, we're more grassroots. We're not a big budget organization. That got us through for a long time. We've also partnered with some local downtown Canton businesses like Carpe Diem and Cantonology, where they sold, actually I'm wearing one right now, they sold these little Be Kind bracelets, and that was quite successful for us as well. So we were able to get through the entire year last year just with those 2 fundraisers.
So what kind of things do you need from the community?
Marketing materials were the most costly item for us. We were at a lot of outdoor events, going through a lot of rack cards, going through a lot of flyers, you know, talking about our upcoming events. We also, you know, we will purchase food for our members at all of the meetings. So when we were meeting in person, that was probably about $40 a month that was going towards making sure our members were fed. We provide pizza and chips and those kind of things for our members at our in-person meetings, though everything is virtual right now.
Now, I do remember seeing something about Easter egg hunts. Tell us about an Easter egg hunt. What is that?
Sure. So we are not quite sure when this event is going to be, honestly. We keep pushing it back. So we had this fun idea of, you know, there's all these Easter egg hunts for children that are organized every year, and this was supposed to be at the beginning of April. We pushed it back to the end of May, but now we have to push it back again. We are going to stuff Easter eggs full of candy, positive messages, and little trinkets, and we are going to just leave them all around downtown Canton and a couple of our neighborhoods. We were going to do this in April and then have them out at Malone as well. But obviously with everything going on, they're closed. So we're kind of on the fence with this right now. We know that we're going to have this event. We just don't know when it's going to be. And, you know, it might be best if we just kind of wait through the summer, because I think it would be a nice thing to do for these returning college students when they come back in the fall after having such a crazy end to their year.
Right. And elderly, do you also do things? I know that you have such a love for elderly people, yeah, especially because you work with so many volunteers. Yeah. So have you done a lot of things for elderly people as well, or?
We have. So one of the big things that we have always done, mostly because we have an amazing member who has just a ton of card supplies, the very creative Barb, who owns Cantonology. We have encouraged our members to make cards for veterans. That is also on our Facebook page. There are actually 2 veterans homes that are here in Ohio that you can, you know, just make little cards, you know, write encouraging messages on them. Right now, we have a member who was volunteering at McKinley Healthcare Center here in downtown Canton. And, you know, as we all know, the pandemic is very greatly affecting our senior citizens here in Ohio and in our county. There have been a number of deaths, and they have to be isolated, I mean, pretty much completely right now. They see their, you know, their aide or see a nurse. Right. That's the only contact they can have right now. Their families can't even come in and visit them right now. So we're encouraging people to make cards for the residents there at McKinley Healthcare Center. As long as you write on the envelope resident, they'll know that's what it's intended for. You can send them to 800 Market Avenue North, Canton, Ohio, 44702, and the staff that will make sure that one of the residents is getting that card.
That is awesome. Now, there are so many organizations, private people, churches, and I heard from a little birdie that you guys are also doing something very special for them.
Yes. So we are very lucky to have Tony, who is the owner and operator of 4 Cookie Divas, who have the best cookies in the world. And she is someone who likes to always be busy and always giving back. So during this time, she has been making many of her delicious cookies and delivering them to frontline workers and volunteers. She donated to Stark County Hunger Task Force, where I work. She delivered some to the Board of Elections. She delivered them to several churches that are out there, dealing with food insecurity. Right now, I just got tagged on Facebook today that she donated to one of the local fire departments. So she's been very, very busy making and donating cookies, just to, bring a little bit of happiness to everyone who's out there every day and donating them to them on our behalf.
You guys really do a lot of, you spread a lot of kindness.
We try to, and that's always been something that we have prided ourselves on, is that we want to have all these different events because we know that there's going to be something for everybody. That's always been a big message of ours, is we want to provide opportunities that everybody can be involved in. Maybe you have a passion for helping senior citizens. Maybe you're artistic, so you want to go chalk the walk. Maybe you're amazing at making cookies like Tony. You want to make cookies and donate them. So we want to just provide opportunities for everyone to be involved.
And how can they get involved? Where would they go? How could they contact you if they want to get involved?
So we do have an email address, and that's just info@cantonkindness.org. You could go on our Facebook page, and you can also send us a direct message on there. If you hop on there, you'll be able to see all of our events. We try to keep those updated as much as possible, and you can find out all the specific information on all the events, and you can just kind of go from there. If you participate in an event, we love seeing what people are out there doing. Feel free to tag us so we can see all the great work that you're doing in the community.
I think when all of this is done, we need to do some big party, some big party fundraiser, and just have a big blast and spread a ton of kindness.
We, before everything happened, we had been planning on doing some more social activities, just kind of like a get to know you kind of thing. So once we get the messages, down from our governor and, from the health department, when it's going to be safe for us to gather in groups again, and then we do want to get everyone together to celebrate all the work that they've been doing in the community.
Well, Stephanie, it sounds like you are doing an amazing job, and I bet mom and dad are pretty proud of their daughter.
They are. I mean, they have, my 2 sisters are amazing. So they definitely have a lot to be proud of.
Well, Stephanie, thank you so much for joining me today, and I really do appreciate it. You're amazing.
Well, thank you for having me on today.
And I want to thank all of you for listening to another episode of Your Voices of Hope. I am your host, Michelle Beyer. If you would like to be a guest on my show, please go to my Facebook page and message me a short bio and your email address, and I will get back to you. Or you can go to my website, yourvoicesofhope.com, and if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you will see a form to fill out. Until then, have a great day, everyone. Thank you for joining me.
You've been listening to Your Voices of Hope with your host, Michelle Beyer. This podcast and earlier programs are available for viewing on our Facebook page, Your Voices of Hope, or our website, yourvoicesofhope.com. A new podcast is uploaded and ready to view every Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m.
Keep your head up, keep your head up. You're not alone.